My numbers went upside down on me after this last phlebotomy, so guess where I go tomorrow? It's been kind of a wild ride, and I'm thinking the estimate is about 2 weeks or around there. I swear so many things happen in such short time, it's just I can't even keep up with myself. So if you're following my channel, which I hope you are, if you're not, please subscribe below. And I think if you hit the bell, it'll give you notifications when I post, things like that. So anyhow, please subscribe. In the meantime, if you've been subscribing, then you know that I have kind of had a weird time just in general lately. I went in for a phlebotomy, totally ready, had zero coronavirus symptoms, just, what was from my medicine or how I'd feel with my PV anyway, and got booted. Not happy. It was not cool whatsoever. Got my labs, and I was still in need of a phlebotomy. My doctor was super cool, and I gotta say, they've been super awesome lately. Anyhow, she was super cool, and she called another place, got me in. I was able to get a phlebotomy. I was very happy. My blood pressure went wacky, and it was quite the experience. But the cool thing is I got to use a vacutainer. Gold, gold, gold. If you've ever needed a phlebotomy and you're a bad stick, literally, if you can ever find this, it is amazing. So the vacutainer, I did a video on this, but it did show the blood and the vacutainer. And so if that makes you squeamish, don't watch it. It usually makes me squeamish. It wasn't so bad because I knew it, but nonetheless, there you go. So I got my phlebotomy, and I was like excited, and then things kind of went sideways. So I get my phlebotomy. I go home, and I didn't feel good. It wasn't, she did an amazing job, number one, but I personally wasn't feeling good. So I go home, get my rest, wake up the next day, I have half a day, I'm feeling pretty decent, go back out. Then I had a couple half days, but I just wasn't feeling like 100%. I was like, gosh, I feel kind of different after this. I'll just give it time. I should be feeling better. After phlebotomy, your body's got to adjust. And I just started feeling terrible. So I'm in one of those, what is it, the focal point areas. I can't remember what it is. Sorry about the blinds. For what's it called? Oh, just like a main place area or whatever it is for coronavirus. So they changed the requirements on getting a test. Normally, I would have just skipped it altogether because I didn't feel like I had it. I knew that my medicine would give me side effects of it. I know I always feel like crap. I mean, that's not a secret to me whatsoever. For I don't know how long I've been having this insane headache, my eyes are super bloodshot, like all these things, PV can very well explain them. So can my medicine, right? But then I was like, I'm not feeling better after this last phlebotomy, like not feeling better. What's going on? And then they relaxed the terms and they said, if you don't have a fever, you can go in. And I'm like, well, maybe there's something to it. And I'm not feeling better after phlebotomy. I did go to a public place, maybe, but God, I don't know. Maybe I'll just check. I signed up. They okayed me, said come in today 2 to 3, it's a drive-through. Now I do have video of this, and I just want you to know, it's almost like a reverent place when you go there. It shows, to me, it's just how scary the whole thing is. And I didn't want to take video. I took a little bit because this is an experience I hope to never experience in my life again, ever. I hope no one on this planet has to. And it was one of those things where you're like, oh my gosh, if you're not there, you couldn't believe it. So anyhow, we signed up. My husband took me because when I get headaches and stuff and I don't drive, not safe for me or others. We go through, and I'm actually going to put the video here. I'll give you a quick rundown, but I don't want to focus on that. Essentially, they go in, verify your information. You go drive up a really long thing. You go again. When you get up to the inner tent area, they verify everything again. And windows are up the whole time until you have to actually see someone. They're fully covered, and you stay, obviously, your distance. It's very surreal. It is super creepy, and it just shows you this is serious business, and Nobody wants to deal with it anyway. Nobody wants it. But it is scary, and God bless anyone who's affected. Just everyone. It's just too much. So I go in. They do the jab thing, and it's worse than the flu test. I mean, it's brutal. I was like holding my husband's hand as I'm like, and the guy's jabbing. He actually apologized because it was so brutal. And we drove off. I need to back up and backtrack, just so you understand. The day before, I went into LabCorp, and I got my labs. I love the ladies at LabCorp, so of course we have a system. They know I'm a germ freak anyway, and they're very cool with me. I just love these women. She had it all like super wiped down and clean. She kept me at a distance. She's so amazing. I just love these girls. Anyhow, so I went in there. I should say ladies, women. I went in there, got my labs done, went home. And it didn't really occur to me about the coronavirus thing until they said these are available if you don't have the fever. And I'm thinking, gosh, should I test? I mean, it was just one of those things that kind of flashed back to when the lady booted me from the office. You're asymptomatic. And I'm like, this is nuts. And I thought, maybe, I don't know. So when I saw that there were tests available, I still had some of the stinking symptoms, but I didn't think I had it. But God, at this point, who knows, right? And it is a horrible thing for anyone with a chronic illness because all your symptoms suck anyway, and who knows at this point. So I sign up. They let me go in. As I'm driving up there with my husband, my doctor writes to me and says, hey, your numbers show that you need another phlebotomy. Now, mind you, this is like maybe a week apart from the two labs. You need to come in for another phlebotomy. Let's set it up. And I said, okay. So I write back, I'm in the process of getting a coronavirus test. Should I still make that appointment? You know, let's be honest. If you're getting a test, my opinion, if you are willing to go get a coronavirus test, then you should be very aware that, hey, this is nothing to be played with. Don't make appointments. Don't make other things. You just have to act as if you have it, because if you're kind of confused enough to do it, don't do anything else. But then it dawned on me as I'm going to get the test, all these symptoms could very well be my blood. My blood, instead of going down after the phlebotomy, flipped and went up worse than the time before, the labs before. Confusing, makes zero sense. No sense whatsoever, because from just before the phlebotomy, I think my hematocrit was only like 42, and then had a phlebotomy, and then it went to 46. No sense whatsoever. So something weird happened. Things were just different with my blood this time. I don't understand. It was totally opposite of what it should be doing. And here's the thing. That explains why I still felt horrible after a phlebotomy, which you would always assume you're going to feel better. I was feeling poopier and poopier, and I was like, God. So the confusion is, well, then maybe I have the coronavirus. Okay, let me tell you results. I don't have it. I would not be. What I do have is a lot of confusion as to why my numbers are going weird, why I'm feeling kind of poopy, and what in the world. I know that on my lab results, it did say I had Metamyelocytes or something like that. I'll write it down. That was different. I usually see that was in my neutrophils, I think, which are usually high anyhow, but like it seems like they're changing right now. Something's going on. My body is doing some shift, which is so weird. So I'm praying tomorrow goes very well. Shocked, surprised that I'm doing another phlebotomy. I'm praying I feel better, and I want energy. Today I forced myself and I cleaned garbage outside. I know it's silly, but I do it all the time. I don't know. Kind of confused. It's been kind of a time, and this is just a time for everyone. I really hope that things get better. I'm feeling way better today than I was yesterday. Yesterday I took probably like, I don't know how many naps. The easier thing is I was probably up for about 4 hours for the day. It's bad. Luckily my mom's here, but seriously exhausted, and my headaches have been just brutal. This is bad, but I took Tylenol, ibuprofen, I had my aspirin, I had a couple coffees. I was doing everything trying to change it yesterday. Of course, drowning myself in drinks. Pedialyte galore, the whole nine. Anyhow, let me cut this short. I go in tomorrow. I'm very excited, hoping for some positive change. Life is wild. I wish you all health and happiness.